guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Lisa, the creator and founder of This Pilgrim Life, and today I'm really excited to share with you all about the Mealthy CrispLid. A few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to receive a CrispLid to try out, and I am so glad that I did because I have been loving it. So I'm going to first of all introduce you to the CrispLid because it is a brand new product that just came out this month. So chances are pretty good that you don't even know what a CrispLid is. So I'm going to tell you all about it, tell you what it can do. I'm also going to share a pros and cons list so that you can make a decision as to whether or not the CrispLid would be right for you. I'm going to show you several different recipes that you can get started with, and then answer a few of your questions. I asked on Instagram what you wanted to know about the CrispLid. You guys gave me some great questions, and so I'm going to answer those at the end of the video. You can find a link in the video description to buy your own CrispLid, check it out, see what it's all about. So be sure to grab that link down in the video description. Also, if you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. Guys, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you click away. I put out new videos every week, and I would love to have you stick around. Okay, so first question is, what even is a CrispLid? Well, a CrispLid is an appliance that's about this big. You guys, check out how small this thing is. It sits on top of your electric pressure cooker. It fits on top of a 6 or an 8 quart pressure cooker. And it transforms your pressure cooker into an air fryer. That's right. Now with the CrispLid on top of my Instant Pot is now going to function as an air fryer. So I'm really excited about the CrispLid, how convenient it is and how small it is to store. I love how straightforward the CrispLid is to use. You have your temperature and your timer buttons, the plus or minus buttons that control both of those, and then the start and stop. Your heating element is underneath, and then you have the glass lid that allows you to monitor your food while it cooks. Your CrispLid comes with an air fryer basket and a 3-inch tall trivet. The handle controls whether the CrispLid turns on or off. The CrispLid comes with a user guide, a recipe book, and a silicone mat for placing the hot lid on after it's used. So how is a CrispLid different than other air fryers? Of course, one of the major things is that your lid that does all of the heating actually comes off. So whereas with another air fryer you would be taking out a tray of food, you're actually going to be lifting off the heating element with the CrispLid. So that is something that you would need to be really mindful of, especially if you have small children around. You wouldn't want to set it down anywhere where your children would be able to reach up and touch it. Another difference between the CrispLid and other air fryers is how close the food is to the heating element. So because your food is sitting on this 3-inch tall trivet, it's going to be a little bit closer to your actual heating element. However, there is the option, especially like if you're cooking an entire chicken, you can use a shorter trivet. You don't have to use this trivet that comes with it. You could put an entire chicken on the trivet that came with your Instant Pot and then use your CrispLid just like that, and that would work just fine as well. A third difference between the CrispLid and other air fryers is the temperature range. The CrispLid will go from 300 degrees all the way up to 500, whereas most air fryers only go up to 400 degrees. So this is really nice if you're wanting to broil something or heat something at a higher temperature. Okay, moving on to some things that I really love about the CrispLid before I actually show you some of the things that you can make in your CrispLid. One of the first things that I love, that I've already mentioned a few times, is just how small it is. It's super easy not only to use, but it's also really easy to just tuck away in a cabinet when it's not in use. I actually just keep mine down in my kitchen cabinet next to my stove. I keep it just like this with the CrispLid right on top of the silicone mat. Stick it right in, and this is all that I have to store. I store my air fryer basket and my trivet in the plastic box that has all of my other Instant Pot gear, so I did not have to find anything extra to store there. Another thing that I really love about the CrispLid is how quickly it heats up. There's no preheating time involved, whereas with an oven, if I was going to make some Pop-Tarts or hand pies, I would need to preheat the oven first. With the CrispLid, I can put the Pop-Tarts right in and then put my CrispLid on and it'll start cooking immediately. I also really appreciate that the CrispLid works with an appliance that I already have. I'm not buying an entire new air fryer. I'm just buying a tool that is going to turn my Instant Pot into an air fryer. Okay, so what about the things that I don't like about the CrispLid? I've already told you all the things that I do like. And in an effort to make this an unbiased, fair review, I'm going to go ahead and share with you a few things that I consider to be weaknesses of the CrispLid as well. So the first thing that I think is potentially risky that you would really need to be mindful of is the fact that even when your CrispLid is not on your Instant Pot, if you just set it down right here and it's still plugged in, you can press the handle down and it'll still turn on. So anytime you take your CrispLid off and you're done using it, you want to make sure that you always unplug it so that you don't have your CrispLid heating on your countertop. Another thing that is somewhat of a negative, even though I consider the fact that the CrispLid works with an appliance I already have, you also have to take into consideration that if you're using your CrispLid, you're not going to be using your Instant Pot. So you cannot be air frying something and pressure cooking something at the same time. So if you don't have more than one Instant Pot, you might consider this a negative factor. Okay, so the third and final negative is simply the amount of food that you can cook at once. With air frying, it's really important that you don't load up your food, that you keep everything in mostly an even flat layer so that the air can circulate through and so your food can get really crispy. So if you have a larger family, if you're cooking more food, if you like to have leftovers, those types of things, then you're either going to have to stack up your food a little bit more and stir it more frequently or simply cook in batches. Now with air frying, batch cooking is better anyway because like I said, you really want that hot air circulating, getting all the food crispy all around. But this is something that you would just want to consider if you are debating on whether or not a CrispLid is right for you. For me personally, I think that I would still rather go with the CrispLid even if I have to cook certain foods in batches for the reasons that I've already mentioned, like the small size of the CrispLid, how easy it is to store, how quickly it heats up, and the fact that it works just on my Instant Pot. Now, I am still testing and developing recipes, but I can see a lot of different uses for the CrispLid. You can cook an entire chicken in your Instant Pot, crisp it up with the CrispLid. I have a recipe for shepherd's pie on the blog that you can cook in your Instant Pot, take off the foil, and then broil the cheese with the CrispLid. All in all, I think the CrispLid is an excellent investment. There's so many uses for it. Just today, I used it to make French fries, crispy quesadillas, fried chicken, bacon, and even peach hand pies. So I'm going to show you how to make all of these, and I'm going to wrap up this video with a short question and answer time. Again, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Check out the CrispLid using the link down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let's go ahead and see how to make some really easy and delicious recipes with your CrispLid. Okay, well now that I've whet your appetite for some of the food that you can make in your CrispLid, I'm gonna go ahead and answer some of the questions that you guys had for me. So the first question that I got is it as good as an air fryer? Now, to be completely honest, I haven't used an air fryer, so I cannot do an apples to apples comparison. However, in the reviews that I've watched and the reading that I've done, I think that it is definitely competitive. So if you have waited to purchase an air fryer or you want to trade in your air fryer for something with a smaller footprint, then I definitely think the CrispLid is a great option. Okay, the next question is, does it do a good job at getting food crispy? Yes, as long as you don't overload your basket or as long as you are flipping and rotating the food while cooking. The next question is, do I need it? Well, that's really relative. Of course, you don't need it. But as far as kitchen appliances go, it's not very expensive. It does have a lot of uses. I do try to only keep things in my kitchen that are multi-purpose, and the CrispLid definitely is. It's only $50. So if you're considering it, it's definitely not too much of an investment. The next question is, can we order it now? Yes, it is for sale now. I included a link down in the video description for you to check it out. Someone asked, is it worth it if you already have an air fryer? If you already have an air fryer, I probably wouldn't get the CrispLid unless you wanted to trade your air fryer in for something that, like I said, was smaller to store. But if you do already have an air fryer, I don't think that getting a CrispLid is probably the best option. Now, one of the uses that a CrispLid can do that an air fryer wouldn't be able to do, like I mentioned before in the video, is browning your food after it's cooked in the Instant Pot. You can cook your chicken, take off the Instant Pot lid, put on the CrispLid lid, and then give everything just a nice crisp topping. Same thing like with the strata recipe in my cookbook. You could top it with some cheese, put on the CrispLid, and broil it with the CrispLid. So that would be the big difference between the CrispLid and the air fryer, but only you can make the decision on, if you already have an air fryer, whether or not to get the CrispLid. How much is it? It's $50 right now. Is it scary to use? I definitely don't think so. I pretty much just took it out of the box and started using it. It's very user-friendly. You don't have a lot of presets to figure out. You just have to set the temperature and set the time, and then just make sure that you are putting it down on your silicone mat. And all in all, it's pretty straightforward and really easy to use. Okay, the next question is it hard to store? I don't think so. It's not big at all. I just, like I said, slip it in my cabinet and store it there. The next question is it big enough for larger families? That really depends on your family's appetite. How big of a family are we talking, and how much time do you have? If you have a lot of mouths to feed, or your family just has a really big appetite, then the CrispLid might not be right for you unless you're willing to do that kind of batch rotational cooking. If you do have the time to do some batch cooking, then I do think it's a great option. And again, like things like the shepherd's pie, where you can melt the cheese on top, you can broil your chicken. It does have a lot more uses than simply making French fries. And again, with the small storage space and the price, I do think it's a great option, even for large families, if you're not going to use it maybe for everything that someone else might use an air fryer for. The next question is, does food have to be in a single layer? Short answer is no, but if you do stack your food, then you're going to have to stir it, flip it, rotate it, whatever, more frequently, and it's going to take a little bit longer. What types of food does it work well on? Really a lot of different things. You can make all kinds of vegetables. I used it to make, again, hand pies today. You can cook meat in it. You can cook fish in it. Okay guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've gotten a good idea of what the CrispLid is, what it can be used for, and whether or not it's right for your family. So I've saved some of the best news for last. I am working with Mealthy to do a giveaway, and I'm going to be giving away a CrispLid to one of you guys. So you can head over to the blog to enter to win the CrispLid. I have a review post on the blog today of the CrispLid, so you can go over there, enter. I'll leave a link down below so that you can easily find it. And again, if you want to check out the CrispLid for yourself, you can find a link to that down below as well. Give me a thumbs up if you found this video helpful and enjoyable. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to enter the giveaway. I will catch you guys later.